For those of us that are new to the full frame menu from Blackmagic, it is slightly different. As we can tell, open gate was not a thing. Welcome to another time out with me on the channel. My name is Alec Godwin if you're here for the first time. Today we are looking at the Pyxis 6K menu walkthrough. Nothing special, but we're gonna see what's new. Now when I say what's new, there's a disconnect because I never got the 6K full frame. It's been about 4 years or 3 years I dumped the 6K Pro, which I said, wasn't the best decision, but I really missed the camera. And that's why, of course, I'm using the Studio 6K Pro right now. The 6K Pro, I did it before, those stabilization updates were made. So a lot of things that you might have been used to, I may not have it. Forgive me if I say this is new, because it is new to me. However, you'll be able to know, regardless, what's new, what's really new to you. Okay, so bear with me as I proceed. I just needed to make that clear. Let's go through the menu. First of all, the screen is off. Now it's back on. That's a good thing. I like that. Blackmagic did this right, because this screen is not always going to be used. Even though I'm happy we have it, the Pyxis monitor that's coming, that is just the ideal solution. No other way. Now this is an addition, and I think we can only appreciate this even more as time goes on. Let's get started with our menu. If we want to go, we could start with this. First of all, we could go from here. So all these are the zebra lines if that's how you want to run your show. This is of course your grids and however you want to set your frame areas. I normally leave mine on thirds. Okay, just leave it there. So whatever I set mine as I go, because this is the first time I'm setting my camera now, I'm going to just do it as we go by, and just adjust what I know I would need and how I would need it. I'll just put it right there, but I will explain generally what you need to do depending on what you want. So the settings are, for now, I'll put what I like for now, and as time goes on, I may change it. So, but just get acquainted with the menu system anyway. Okay, so that's where you get all this stuff from. You can decide to turn it off, which I will leave on, so I can get my grids on, and be able to get thirds and all that. Now, remember, this is open gate. I believe we are at open gate. Let's see. Okay, so the first page, if you see the 3 dots on the bottom, if you see these 3 dots on the bottom, you will see that we are on page 1 now. We were at 24 frames off speed. We checked it out. It's good that they kind of always throw something on the side if you want, if you need it, you grab it here, but you can get it in the menu as well. Shutter angle, shutter speed, we are going to go with 180. I don't know how I turned that, when I touched that, but auto exposure, that's wrong. It should never be on. That's why this one was messed up. So we keep it at 180 degree shutter angle at all times. All right, so we have our iris. This is an autofocus Canon lens, but we have an adapter. Normally, you'll be able to see the lens. If I do this, the lens type will show here if it's native lens. I plan to get another lens, and I'll let you know the lens I got in mind. There's an ideal lens that I will make a video on. The touch to focus ability of this camera, because while it's not autofocus continuous, that touch to focus, hey, it's super useful. it saves you a lot of headache as well. Okay, this time code related, and then next is our ISO. We can tap it and go to 400, which I always like to leave it for a start. White balance, that depending on what you're trying to do, you could do auto white balance. I will put a white sheet up front here. If I take a white sheet now and put it in front, I take off the cap. So while this is on, if I say auto white balance now, it will give me somewhat a decent reading of the room. So our Kelvin value after the auto white balance is less than 5,000 Kelvin, which is all right. The tint rather, I try to keep it 0. So it shows here we have open gate, and there's no card, and there's no drive, and there's where the codec is Blackmagic Raw Q0, and of course the record button. Yep, there is a card in there. That's this one. All right, you see we have files in there. Of course, I did test clips. Yep, those are the few frames I've tested with my son. So, yep, trying to see the dynamic range. I'm not really gonna. We're gonna do other test shots, but this was just for me alone. Okay, this was my personal test, not it's not gonna be for the public. Okay, previously you would touch on it and it will show up and your format, right? But now, because we now see the clips, you go in here, which is part of the new stuff to me, right? So when I played around, I found out, you could have a play button here and have the first one play. And let's got this. And then the next one is, if you want to delete, you could select what you need. If it's all you need, you could do that as well. But let me delete some of it, and then we'll format the rest of. So let's say we delete that one, push on the delete button, delete, yes, and it's deleted. That is off. Okay, so now we're going to the next, which is like a download sign. First of all, we got date, ascending. Okay, no, you just want to like a summary of the clips. While this thing is flimsy, I can't complain until we get a third-party solution that can, be put in and put out easily. We got to make do because it still does a good job of covering the card. We don't want the dirt in there, so keep it as long as you can. All right, so this is the card. It's called Ind Mem. I think short for Indie Memory. Indie Memory, like in independent memory. Capture Pro. It says 8K. It can take up to 8K resolutions. I'm 128 gig. This was sent to me for free by Amazon to test out, and yeah. It works excellently well. I have no complaint with it, but I found it out to be a lot more expensive than the Angel Birds. So I'm going to find out if they are on the list. Perhaps they are that good. I don't know any company that does these cards that is going to come out and try to be more expensive than the Angel Birds. That's some bold step, right? Especially if they are new. But for me, I never seen them before. While the product is very good, the actual product looks really solid, like as good as, if not better than the Angel Birds cards. It looks a little bit more well made, if you ask me. It looks solid and sturdy. I really can't fault them, but the price is it's a little bit too. It's like $100 more for 1 terabyte. Imagine that, $100 more for this product that we don't know, and well, I don't know, and we know Angel Bird, and they never really failed, no complaints really. I'll probably test it and tell you more on that. But for now, good card, and I intend to get the Angel Birds moving forward. Okay, so sorry for that long rant. Hopefully, it was important for somebody to hear that. But if not, I apologize if it was a boring time. Okay, so the next one will be the format now. Okay, let's go again. Let's go back, exit. You see this after the fourth icon is the one. The fifth one is the cloud, so that we can get it done. We don't have to come back to it. The X is to get out of there. The fifth one is to Blackmagic Cloud, and that's a new thing. That's a big thing now. Like send your footage to the cloud. No internet connection, which we can do with using the Ethernet wire connection. Yeah, the Ethernet connection at the back here, and you could get your files sent away while you're recording. Come on, man. Give Blackmagic a hand. For those who don't know why I'm wearing gloves, I hate to see my fingerprint or anybody's fingerprint on my equipment. I just it's been a good solution to me since I started doing this. My equipment have been a lot neater, and then I don't have to be on camera later on. I've seen fingerprints all over the place. It's annoying both to me and the viewer. Okay, so it's something you can learn to do. I might try to get different color ones so that I have a contrast when I'm doing stuff like this, because right now it's all black. So I apologize for that as well. Let's get out of here. So let's format this stuff so you can see, for those of you who are new. Let's go. Let's go. Get ready to format the fourth icon. So we now say, let's see if we ask me again. If I say format, okay. So now we highlight it. I'm sure I'm supposed to have an option to change it every time I'm formatting. So while it says format, now here we go. So we got Mac OS extended if you're only using Mac. But that's what I've been using now for about a year. So edit real numbers, just if you want to label the card. So this is label 3. I don't care. X format. So when you click on it, it's telling you format CSS1, which is tape 1. It's in here, which is port 1. And the card name, which it's assigned to, you can rename to exFAT. This will erase everything on the card, which is pretty much what it's saying. And rename your card to AO3. Oh, it's going to change the name. Okay, so we say format. Now, if you take your hands off, nothing happens. You got to hold it for about 3 seconds, 2, 1, and let it roll. Now it's formatting. Okay, and now we will have an empty card and ready to record the whole stuff. Now at OpenGate we have only about 6 minutes, less than 7 minutes. If you're shooting OpenGate, let's take it out. Let's get out of here and go change the setting to 6K DCI. We'll come back here. What do we have? 6K DCI, no clip. So if we format, we have 8 minutes 45 seconds, just a little bit more time. That's how long that 128 gig will last. If we go over again, menu, and we go to 4K 16:9, and our card is going to last for 17 minutes, 17:41 minutes. So that's up to you to figure out. One more thing to work with your card. I would rather stay on my 6K. I would rather stay on my 6K, maybe 6K DCI, and go for Q5 depending on what I want. If I'm doing my feature or short, I'll stay on Q0. Let the card waste. Okay, it won't be wasting, but let the card burn. The card can burn. That's fine. But if I'm doing YouTube, I can stay on Q5. Okay, which is where I'm going to leave it now. Which I know majority of you who want to leave it at. So let's see what it will come out to. At 6K, it comes out to 33 minutes. Now, if you are used to shooting at 4K, you might almost double it. Let's see, first 4K, and it comes down to 1 hour. Whoa, 1 hour, 3 minutes, 21 seconds. Imagine having 128 gig and being able to use it for 1 hour. That's huge. So, I mean, if that's a big deal to you, you might want to stick to 4K. But nah, I didn't get a 6K camera to stick to 4K. You buy the media, enjoy your camera, use and maximize it. All right. My YouTube, I'm staying on 6K, Q5 maybe. And then if I'm doing real production, I'll go on to OpenGate and Q0 all the way. Has to be the highest quality. Let it burn. Okay, enough ranting. Let's go back to this. So let's go to the regular menu. OpenGate, we've got Super 35 4x3, which is an option. It's still 4096 4K resolution and 3072. Okay, Super 35 mode is because it's OpenGate, right? It feels like it's Super 35 OpenGate. You see this? It's still way wider than 4K DCI and 4K 16:9. You see that? While it's at over 160, this is 3072. So this is Super 35. It's like an OpenGate in Super 35 mode, which is very good. This is also another option for 4K level. You shoot at a better, resolution. This will take on some more time. Let's see how much. You won't believe it. 13 minutes because you went to Super 35 OpenGate kind of level. 13 minutes now. Of course, if you remember, the 6K was 6 minutes and some. Now this is 13 minutes. So if you're trying to save your money and your space, stick with 4K 16:9. Constant bitrate is choosing to get your constant. It's like your constant file size, your file level. Those of you who want to study dynamic range, who wants to do some investigation, who are into Jared Undone, the kind of people who probably do bitrate and go and study the files. I don't know, but it's more concentrated on the files, not the quality. It's always going to keep a certain bitrate. I really don't care about that. It could be high, it could be low. Just give me constant quality, which is what I choose. Blackmagic Raw, constant quality. These are the codec 1 to 5, Q to 5. Bitrate, you have 3 to 1, which is the highest, down to 12 to 1, 5 to 1, 8 to 1, 12 to 1. All these levels, some cards can take it, some cards cannot. So while you may have, if you have a cheap card, they may be only able to record 12 to 1. So you figure that out. Yeah, so Super 35 is there. We have an anamorphic mode. We have a 4K DCI. There's 4K 16:9, as we've said. There's 6K 16:9. Okay, then we have the 16 Super 30, Super 16. Just like the HD, it's similar to the HD, same thing, but slightly smaller than UHD. So I don't see the need. But yeah, if you want to mimic Super 16 sensors, that would be the way to go. 2-for-1. This is ideal for me as well. Sometimes, yeah. But I'd rather shoot open gate and come back to this in post. Yeah, so let's go to the next. Well, remember we have 3 screens under this menu, right? So let's go to the next. We have, of course, here, just like I told you, we'll meet them again. 24 frames. We can adjust our frame rate. No. Let's go on this middle page. So I'm coming back to 24. All speed recording, you can choose to put your frames. So over here we have 60. We can get up to 60. And what's our resolution again? We are still at let's go back. So we are constant quality Q0. So this is the resolution we clicked, but at open gate we shouldn't have that much. Let's go to page 2. I hope we are not confused. We are back on the page 2. So this is grayed out now because let's see the 36 will be our maximum now at open gate, unless you take it to unless you go to 2-for-1 screen size, and let's leave it at 36, which is the maximum. Even though we don't need it, we're going to turn it off. We don't need off-speed recording. 24 frames is what we need. Our codec will always be film. It used to just be film, but right now they have the film wide gamut. You can now do your wide gamut compression here, turn it on or off, apply LUT in the file, turn it on or off, which I choose. I'm never going to apply it on the file, no, unless I'm doing live, and that I can decide from the ATEM switches. Okay, so one more page to go. We're moving there, and we have the C Fast Express 1. What it's saying, preferred media. Time lapse, you could turn it on if you want to do it, and then set your settings for how you want your time lapse, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and all that. I'll leave it at 1 minute. Turn it off. You can play around with that. Just a food for thought. If you don't know, you could get a HDMI USB dongle. This is for my Nintendo. Well, not mine, the kids' Nintendo. You can, let's see, this is any USB device that has HDMI, just like this one. I tried this one. This one also works. You can get your HDMI. You see this? It has HDMI. It has other. It even has this Ethernet cable. Okay, so this port can expand. It can take you to other stuff. So for those of you who don't have SDI cable, you can go HDMI from this. It just only looks ugly because this is how it will look. This is a little bit off, but just want to mention it. On the front, okay, you can connect I'll do a better video to explain that, but just know that if you connect your HDMI from up front here, you can get HDMI to your monitor, okay, and it works. I've tried it. So we'll move over from film, from this menu. I think we've covered this menu. The last page is CFast Express 1 and 2. So basically toggling between 1 and 2. If you put it on If you put it on fullest, it choose between 1 and 2. This is not an option. This is always going to be treated last. Or if you highlight it, if you choose this one, it's going to be it's going to start from there. Otherwise, if it says the fullest, it's not going to consider this one, even if it's the fullest. It's going to choose between this guy and this guy. So this option is good, but it chooses between these two. You have to highlight this if you want it to go to the USB. But the USB-C, you have to have a very fast one, better than the T5. Otherwise, you are going to be good for 4K DCI and Q0, which is this level. Q5, sorry, the lowest compression of constant quality. That's where you will get the best performance, because I tested it, it won't work. Okay, more on that later. All right, so let's go to monitor now. Monitor, this is the monitor, the screen here. Okay, this screen, this is the LCD. Now the monitor, we have the LCD, which is this screen, the SDI, which is whatever SDI you connect to, and the EVF, which is not here. Okay, we don't have those two now, but we'll still go through them. When the monitor, the Pyxis monitor comes, I wonder where it will be at. It'll probably be an EVF in place of the EVF, because that's the port it uses, the viewfinder. That's the port it's going to use. Okay, so that's where it's going to take the SDI port. For those of you who are scared about blowing the SDI or don't have an SDI cable, you got to have the Pyxis monitor. Okay, well, I mean, it's a no-brainer, because even if you have all the SDI monitors in the world, you still need that monitor. It's just a no-brainer, and then it's cheap. Come on. Okay, so SDI. Now this is something I am seeing for the first time. Like I said, you might have seen it because I've been away from the trendier cameras for a while. For some years now, I've only been messing with the Studio 6K, and I don't even know if there's an update for Studio 6K. I've been busy. I'm not really looking out what's going on out there. I just use it for my videos and walk away. But this middle gray is new. I think it's good. It's a good idea as an option. It's under skin tone, so it makes sense that you want to maybe you don't need to use the filter now, like this, like I did the white balance just now. Maybe you don't need to use the filter. You just by using that, it will give you a certain kind of skin tone, which I'll look into. But I think there's a good idea. From what I'm thinking, yeah, there's a good idea what it's gonna be for. I think it's gonna change. Let's go and see how it looks, and then put it on middle gray +1. There might be a subtle change. I think it's for different skin tones, right? So that you'll be exposing to this skin tone and getting the best of these skin tones and this one. But of course, you can do none. All right, focus assist color. I always go red. You could do green, you could do blue, white, there, black. I wonder why you do black, but red it is for me. Focus assist type. Picking, focus picking is what I'll go with, and it's already highlighted there. You want to stay with that. So pretty much this page is taken care of, but let's look at SDI. Same menu, you choose on what you want. False color, you go back and choose your. Under the SDI, everything we are doing on this screen here, you will do on each one, depending on where your video is going. So if I'm using this monitor as I am right now, false color is what I'll turn on and off between shoots. Focus assist, I'll turn on and off between shoots. Before I shoot, 3D LUT I might leave on and take off when I need it, the grid I live on. So we already gone through that. Let's see page 1, page 2. We've done that. 3, we just did that. And 4, we're saying frame guides 16 by 9. Let's see what other options. There's no 17 by 9, so I'll leave it at 16 by 9. Thirds, we already took that, chose that at the beginning when we went to the other option. Guides, opacity 50%. Yeah, that's what I already chose that. Safe area 95%. You could also make it 100 so that it's the full screen you're working out with, but it's to each his own. I'm going to leave it at 100 now, but it was at 95. That's why you could see the borders on the line. But now you're going to be looking at for the entire screen. That's what it means. So it's good to have that option. All right, so we're going to the last page, which is brightness of the screen. You see it's dimming down. All right, back up. I keep it at 100%. I don't care. I got enough juice. I want it brighter so I can see the best. Option of recording. We are doing LCD. All right, so, but SDI, let's see now. You see the light comes on. You can now have an option because that's what the SDI demands. You can be. So if you have the monitor that can connect to this guy, it will show. But most of my monitors, they requested, they say they play 4K, but they request they can see 4K and play back as 1080p. But not for this one. Most of them could not. That's why I couldn't find my Blackmagic Focus Assist. So I see if this guy plays out well, but it didn't play out for all the other so-called 4K monitors. I had to go to 1080p. Perhaps it is Blackmagic's doing. Maybe they need this guy going out only for live streaming. Yeah, or for ATEM. Maybe they did that, but we'll more on that later. Good to know you have the option. At some point, it will come out. We'll get a 1080p. We'll get a 4K out through the HDMI or SDI. You can get 4K out through the SDI, but you have to have the right equipment to get it out, or in the right situation. We'll figure that out. So the last page is the EVF. Under the EVF, let's start from the beginning, which is yep, nothing changes. Same thing, you make your same choices, and then yep, we'll leave it the same thing, nothing changes. SDI, we know something changed, all right, but the EVF, it's still defaulted to 1080p, so I guess that's the only change we might see. All this you can adjust, and yeah, so that takes care of the second. Let's go to the third, which is audio. Yep, it's already set. Oh no, it's not set up. Do we really need to do that now? For audio, I already have XLR cables and XLR mics, and I'm using one right now. The Sennheiser MKE 600, my go-to. It can go for movie as well as your YouTube channel. It's a very decent. If it sounds like the class of the 1000s and 2000, but it is just is it 300 now? I think it's about $300, 3 something. You know, the cheapest professional mic you could get out there. But yeah, doesn't mean I'll use it for I'll use this for my short, but not for my movie. I'll get something better for my movie. But yeah, I'm gonna use something else. I got another XLR cable because this is the one that's this one is connected to the Studio 6K that I'm filming with right now. So I'm gonna use this other one. I can't remember the brand now, but I've had it for a long time. It's called Relicat. Okay, Relicat is the manufacturer's name. Yeah, it's just decent, nothing special. It's, I would say, scratch audio level, YouTube level. Yep, great. You don't have to have phantom power to power it. I use it with the Sony cameras with the 3.5 millimeter jacks, and everything works well. So it's just XLR for XLR's sake. But I'm gonna take this part out. I know we are on the audio screen. I just want to test it while we see, and I want you to know what we are using. Now you see the it's disconnected now. Here's what I'll do. You see this product? This it's an adapter that converts the mini XLR to the large XLR. So I'm not, although it's gonna look funky, if I raise it up, you won't see it. So it will be on the rig somewhere. This end and this adapter will marry. Okay, you see that? Now this mount is gonna go into the front of the Pyxis, which is the mic port. So now we can have our audio test on the camera while you can see it. Check 1 2, check 1 2. You see the meter? 2 monitors, okay? I guess it's one for that, one for the mono. That's why that company made 49 made the two audio together and got 2 XLRs. They got 2 XLRs from the audio and from the XLR and the 3.5. That was a smart move, but I believe it will be decent, good for YouTube and all that. But for a shot, I still will record externally. So for me, it might defeat the purpose. Those of you who do interviews a lot and documentaries, you might want to get that device. Let me turn it on. All right, let's go to setup. Is there another screen? Let's go to one more screen. Yep, this is your minus dB 20 dB choices, or speaker volume, headphone volume, whichever works with you. You want to test it and see. Headphone volume, yeah, I'll keep it low. Speaker volume, I don't care. That's fine. Let's go to the next one. Setup. Now this is where we started when we missed our English language. If you speak another language, you want to come. We have Espanol, Portuguese, Italiano. I don't know what this is. I guess this is the one we went into. Somebody said it was Russia. This is Turkey, France, Francais, Polski. I don't know. There's probably Chinese. And good to know that they actually cut across every. You see, that's something you don't see in Sony. At least I haven't seen it. These guys are ready to take over the world, man. Software 9.1. I'll look that up if there's any update. I think that's it. The date, I think I got it right. 10/16. Yep. And camera A. I'm going to leave it at that for now. All right. So we can go to setup, and this is where you name your camera if you want to. You can say Pyxis. Well, we don't need to say, camera A. If you are using 2 bodies of the same camera, 2 units of the same camera, you can say camera A, Pyxis 1 or 2. English, software, this is the hardware, so that's unchangeable. Proxies. Now, when you send to the cloud, how do you want to send it? You want the original to go as well, depending on what you want to achieve. You might use the proxies, and then when the original gets in, you just roll over the effects and transitions and everything you've done, treatment on that, and paste it on the full clips, and you're already done. It's easy that way, but sometimes you might want the original to be done, worked on. Hey, face the reality. Let's go. You could send that to probably be slower, but you have the option. Okay, for now I leave it at proxies. I don't even have the cloud set up yet, but yeah, we'll do. I do have a cloud account, but I haven't set it up or used it one time. So we have shutter angle, which is where we're using shutter speed. We don't want to mess with, you can, it's an option. That's what we all used to do before shutter angle came in, but now we leave it there unless you want to do specific, things, and you go over there and adjust. I'll leave it here. You want to use as a webcam? That is a great option to have. We are happy to have that. Lens stabilization won't come on because this is not the native lens, okay? This is not the native lens. Like I said, this is adapted. So, yeah, that's on point. So we go over to the next screen. Internal, external, where you want your reference source. Timing lines, pixels, reference timing. We have all these are ATEM camera control, color bars, and all that. This is why working with the ATEM. I'm going to skip all that. The video is going to be too long. I have the focus and zoom demands, so I'm going to do a video for that, and we'll walk through this side, okay? But this is where you assign what goes there. This page is for the EVF, which I'm new to and I don't intend to use. I'm not getting, but this is the focus demand. Very good for setting focus, for pulling focus actually. I think I might have a better result pulling focus with this than with the regular follow focus gear. Trust me, this is easy. Next will be the focus demand. So you want to decide what to do when it's connected. These options we highlight. I'm going to move on. Streaming options, we're going to leave all that. Choose your YouTube, whatever you want to do. I don't think I will ever stream with this alone. So ATEM or YOLO Live, I stream with that. And I don't think I'll be streaming with one camera alone, but you never know. It is there if you need it. Okay, so I'm skip all that. Stream still on screen display, low latency settings. Still all that. We're gonna skip all this. Bluetooth name, we want to keep the Bluetooth on. We've done it already on the other video. But I did connect a phone to it, and we were able to start and stop record with that. But let's go to the last page. Camera reset. Yep, I did have I calibrated the sensor, and did I have it on screen? Yeah, this will. You are advised to do pixel calibration when you change location, when the temperature environment is way different. It's good to do it every now and then, and I do. Hopefully I'll get a video to show you guys where I did it. I have other videos on the channel where I did it with different cameras, so also, and the 6K Pro, I showed it on the screen, so I'm gonna let that pass. So let's go on to the next one. Presets. This is where you set up your settings, anything you want to keep on here. Name the preset, update it, and leave it on file. When you need it, you get it one time. This is your LUT. You could grab import whatever you need from here. So using CFast card, that's the only one that's connected. So it's expecting you have something from there. You import it if you got it. And then LUTs, these are the LUTs. You import the LUTs here. These are the LUTs, and that's pretty much it. I think we have gone through. I think we are done. For the audio, we forgot to play back the test. Let's see. So I'm going to record the audio and we're going to play back, all right? So, sound check 1, 2. Let's see what the audio's got for you. Even though this is a brand new camera, we want to hear what it can do. All right, here we go. Let's play back. Sound check 1, 2. Ooh. Let's see what the audio's got for you. Even though this is a brand new camera, we want to hear what it can do. All right, here we go. Of course, the mic was right here in my mouth, so, but it was loud enough. If I had taken it back a little bit, it would have been perfect. But yeah, that's the audio test. Even though it was not a very good test, it gives you an idea. I think the sound is going to be decent. I think the sound is decent. Okay, so I'll do a sound test on another video as well. All right, I think that's all that we got for today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe so you could get all the videos that we got for you. Bye for now.